Yeah, man, I think we hit the crossbar 4 times tonight, so we're getting closer. You know, we've been creating chances, but they haven't been going in. You know, tonight Josh scored a really good goal, stuck with it. It was enough because Yann made some big saves for us. Luka cleared a couple off the line, so just team effort tonight.
Coach, I want to ask you first, how much will it cost to bring in the post as a player? The amount of times that the post saved the shot tonight?
Well, in Richmond, I don't think we're buying anything, so I'm you know, that was crazy.
Have you ever had a game like that where so many shots? I mean, this game was on the knife edge where you had multiple goal line saves for Luka, multiple times the ball hit the crossbar. It can either be a 4-0 game or a 2-1 loss at some point.
Yeah, sure. Things like this happen. You know, Josh found a good goal early, which really kept the momentum going, and then they had to stretch the game, so it opened up. We got some looks. We're just happy we got a win tonight.
I would ask you this though: how did your team find the balance in between knowing when to go long and when to play it on the ground, and how did they best execute that tonight?
Our builds are poor right now. We're struggling in them, so we're gonna have to really look at it and decide what we do to change to be able to build better. You know, Yann's getting to the point where he can knock the ball the length of the field, so it's good to play seconds, but we want to play more football. So there's just work to do here.
When you're playing those second balls, how important is that for your team to get possession up the field, and how do you use that to the best of your ability?
Yeah, little Ricky Panhauser is just a little buzzy bee, man. He's buzzing around. He picks up second balls and runs at them. You know, Darren can be good at it. Nils is getting better and fitter. So, you know, we're pretty effective in that. And if we can push teams back, it'll create space to build some more.
You always talked about how once you guys kind of got past that first part of the season, we're at the 10-game mark now, how important it was for your team to kind of almost start hitting their stride. Do you feel as if they're hitting that now?
Not even close. All 3 center backs have been out for 2 months. Nils was out for a month and a half. Darwin was out for a month and a half. Ali came the last day of preseason. Tariq came the last day of preseason. We're not even fit yet. So, like, guys are getting sharper, but the group itself, we have a group that's here and we have a group that's here, and we're trying to get them together. It's still going to take more time.
Thank you so much, Coach.
You got it.
Just, you mentioned a lot of good chances tonight and getting close. What does it say? You know, what do those chances say about how the attack is coming along and just progressing?
Look, there's some great players here. You know, Tyler Freeman was unlucky to take an injury. Owen O'Malley's been flying. Tariq's flying. Darwin's a great player. You know, Josh scored a good goal. Luka comes on, brings 2 off the crossbar. We have the ability to do some really fun stuff, and it's coming. You know, I would be remiss to say tomorrow is the celebration of life for John Gallis. So that game's for the galley, man. Thinking about you, brother.
Pretty much, I believe I'm correct in saying this. You have played or started in almost every game this season. Mm-hmm. What has been your impressions of City Stadium, the Red Army, everything like that so far?
It's been amazing. I mean, you guys show up every game, no matter, you know, the result, you know, that we've taken before, and you guys show up and support us, and we can't be grateful enough. And, you know, it helps us get through games like that, you know, 1-0 games, and, you know, having the fans help us and, you know, get through the hard moments sometimes. That's what we need as a group, and it's been great. It's been awesome.
When you're playing in midfield, you played in multiple positions so far, but you playing in midfield, how do you keep your composure and teeter that line between doing something that might get you a yellow card and might not?
Yeah, I mean, it's a new position for me. I've really never played it in my soccer career, so I'm just trying to find, you know, the ropes around it, and, you know, just kind of settling in and taking it game by game. But, you know, I'm just trying to keep my head down, work hard, and, you know, just do what Coach asked me to do.
You made a step up from League 2 to League 1 this year. How big has that step been for you in the adjustment period?
It's been tough sometimes, you know, like maybe not performing the best on the field. You know, you kind of have to just go home and, you know, mentally think about it and prepare for the next game and just move on. And, you know, I think I've been trying to do that this year and just trying to, you know, mature as much as possible off the field, but also on the field.
Thank you so much, man.
You mentioned playing midfield is a new position for you, but you've been involved in some position other in the attack a lot this year. How have you seen that group progress, and obviously a lot of good opportunities tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're a bit unfortunate, honestly, tonight. I think we should have had 3 or 4, honestly. We had a couple go off the crossbar and the post, and, you know, I think, you know, we're getting there. You see game by game, you know, we're just getting there, and I think, you know, one game we're just going to explode, and you're going to see that the quality that we have, and, you know, we're just waiting until that point to come. And I think the guys were great tonight. I think we were great since the beginning whistle, and I think we stuck to it till the end and couldn't be happier.
All right, kid. Tonight, can you take us through those saves on the line? Like, what was going on? What was your thought process?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to be fair, I didn't think I was overly busy. Sometimes you see it late, you know, you just kind of react. Like I always tell, like, I'm not exactly sure how it works. Like you don't have time to think. It's not like you're doing an exam. It's like it just happens. But I think it's the build up to it, the week of training, like just making sure you're in the right headspace, and then sometimes you make a save.
You're doing your as we've seen you play, as you're doing your kicks. I'm trying to figure out the right word for kicking. Long kicks.
Kick.
There we go.
Yeah.
Right word. Got there eventually. As you're doing your kick-ins and whatnot, what are you looking for, especially, or is there like a specific trigger you're looking for?
I think it depends on the week, depends on personnel. Today, for example, we were looking for Ali. I think we found the most times. I think towards the end, it was getting a little bit trickier. Yeah, we were getting tired a little bit. It was harder to step up, and leg gets tired as well. So small fixes, but yeah, usually just like one target, a big guy. Try to get a flick on, something like that.
And your back line, there's been some little choppy change with injuries and whatnot, but are you starting to sense that gelling between you and the back line?
Yeah, I actually thought it happened fairly quickly, apart from the one game in Spokane and then Spokane, however you say it. And obviously Columbus was always going to be a tough game, but I think, since the start of the season, we had a good understanding defensively. And I think it's starting to pay its dividends, so, yeah.
I just want to ask this, but what are you communicating very passionately to your anytime there's a shot on goal?
50% of the time you don't want to hear it. Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, yes.
Owen mentioned when he talked to us that the crowd really helps you guys get through what can be a tough game, 1-0.
Yep.
How do you feel that energy from the crowd in a game like this?
Yeah, I've played in places where there's no one almost. Some countries is just like that. And coming here to Richmond, like there's a great fan base. Of course, like we want to make this our fortress, our home, and I think we're starting to get there. And yeah, it always helps. Even like in the ref's head, I think if we're away, maybe he adds 6 minutes, adds 4 because there's pressure from the crowd, there's some stuff happening around that is like, pushing us to win that game.
And another clean sheet for you, just, what does that mean to you, but also to your unit,
Yeah, the first one in the league, I think it's always, the first one's always the toughest, and I truly believe that getting clean sheets is almost like, I want to say a way of life, but like not to that extent, of course, but it's there's something to it. There's something culturally within the team that is like, we need to get clean sheets, because you get a clean sheet, you're at least getting 1 point on the night. So yeah, we've been working really hard, and I think we're at 3 and 9-10 games, maybe something like that, which is all right, but we of course want to keep this momentum going, and especially at home, like you don't concede, you're going to get one somehow,